Okay, let's dive into something fascinating. What if money isn't just paper or numbers in a bank account? What if your entire financial reality, from feeling totally abundant to constantly struggling, is actually a vibrational frequency? Today, we're going to explore how you might just be able to change the channel.
So this is the big question our source material puts on the table. It suggests our whole experience with money is like a radio broadcast. And if that's true, it leads to an even bigger question. Is something out there creating static on purpose, keeping us all stuck on the scarcity station? Let's find out.
You see, the core idea here is that wealth isn't just an on or off switch. It's not like you either have it or you don't. A better way to think about it is like a vibrational ladder. Every single rung is a higher frequency, a totally different financial world you can actually climb up to. And the very first rung on this ladder, it's called abundance. But look closer. It's not just about having money. This is a state of alignment. It's where that inner peace of knowing you're okay financially meets the outer action of creating value and serving others. When your mind, your body, and your emotions are all vibrating in harmony, well, that's when the flow really begins. And you can see how it builds from there. You start at abundance, then you climb to prosperity. That's a frequency of expansion, of feeling like you deserve more. Then you get to wealth, which brings in strategy and making things last. And way up at the top, you've got fortune, a state of pure flow where huge opportunities just seem to land in your lap. Each level has its own unique vibrational signature. So if that latter is the ideal, what's our current reality? Well, according to the source, the collective frequency that we're all swimming in every day is, frankly, alarmingly low.
This number right here, this is the whole point. The source says our world's dominant frequency is stuck between 2.5 and 7 hertz. Now, that is not the vibration of abundance or prosperity. Not even close. It's the frequency of fear, of survival, and of that constant nagging feeling that there's never enough.
And this chart really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? It's pretty shocking. Our collective frequency is down here, stuck below 7 hertz. But look where we need to be. The source says 72 hertz is that key point where real abundance starts to kick in. This huge gap isn't just a bunch of individual problems. The source argues it's the result of a massive collective hypnosis. So what's causing this? This brings us to a concept that, I know, can sound like it's straight out of a conspiracy theory. But it is so important to understand it the way the source presents it, as a powerful metaphor for the systems that are pumping all this fear into the world. Let's be absolutely crystal clear on this one. The source is not talking about literal lizard people running the world's banks. Reptilian here is a metaphor. It's a code word for any oppressive system that manufactures fear and chaos just to keep our collective vibration low and to keep us easy to control. And this is the machine that gets the job done. It's not magic, it's just mechanics. I mean, look at these tools. Constant propaganda, economic chaos, news that's designed to scare you, and just this general feeling of uncertainty. Every single one is a gear in a machine designed to pull our collective vibration down into that survival zone, blocking our access to those higher frequencies of abundance. You know, when you're living in that low frequency of fear, it makes people desperate for any way out. And that leads to a really practical problem. If there's a pure, clean path to abundance, why do so many people turn to spiritual shortcuts? And the bigger question is, why do those shortcuts sometimes seem to actually work? The source tackles this question head-on. If there's this pure, divine source for wealth out there, then how do you explain it when someone gets a spell or a special talisman and suddenly, boom, their debts are paid? What's really going on behind that apparent success? The answer, according to this text, is that there are two fundamentally different spiritual channels you can tap into for financial energy. One is pure, it's permanent, and it's totally aligned with your highest good. The other, well, it's a shortcut that comes with a hidden and very, very high price. So here they are side by side. The light path connects you to a divine source, which the text calls the Wealth Council. This path gives you permanent, pure abundance, but the price you pay is doing the inner work to align your own frequency. Then you have the dark path. It offers a quick, temporary fix, but its source is basically energy theft. And the cost is brutal. You create karmic debt that is absolutely going to block you down the road. And this is the trap of the dark path, laid out step by step. First, you get that temporary fix you were hoping for. But then, without you even realizing it, a karmic debt is created. And here's a kicker. Step 3. The energy for that fix is often just stolen from another part of your life. So a new problem suddenly pops up with your health or in your relationships. This just creates a terrible cycle of dependency where you always need another fix.
All right, so after understanding the big problem, the fear frequency, the trap of these shortcuts, the source guides us toward the only solution that actually lasts, consciously choosing and activating the light path for ourselves.
And here it is, the ultimate takeaway from all of this. True, lasting, joyful wealth isn't about finding a trick or a spell or some person to do it for you. It's about doing the internal work to raise your own vibration, to clean up your own signal, so that you can establish a direct, crystal clear connection to that permanent, divine source of abundance all by yourself. The source wraps things up with this really powerful affirmation. Think of it as a declaration of your own spiritual sovereignty. It's a tool you can use to consciously choose the light path, a path with no karmic debt, no dependency, and to align your energy with that divine flow.
And so, that's where we'll end it, with the very question the source leaves us with. Knowing that these different frequencies exist, knowing there are two very different paths you can take, that's not just an interesting theory anymore. It's a choice. The power and the responsibility is now in your hands. So what frequency will you choose to broadcast?